Hello, it's me again. It must be Friday. My name is Reed Melton. I am a licensed real estate broker in the state of Oregon, working with Realty One Group Discovery in Bend. Here with another rundown on real estate activity in Central Oregon. This is going to be a little more of a freewheeling video. I'm not going to really refer to any stats too much, but I am going to talk about what's going on with mortgage interest rates and the Federal Reserve raising the overnight rate 75 basis points just on Wednesday. It certainly has an impact on housing and mortgage rates and all the rest. So if you are interested in some of the numbers that I ran this last week, just go to my website, enjoybendlife.com/blog, or if you're on the homepage, you'll see the little blog heading up at the top right corner. So there's all sorts of information there from Wednesday's report. You can go back and look at old reports that I've written. The last several weeks might be relevant, much older than that, and you're just seeing what I'm all about, I guess. So anyway, 75 basis points, 0.75% of a rate increase for the Fed overnight rate. That is not a direct correlation with mortgage interest rates, but there is no question as the overnight rate goes up, the cost of credit, which is your mortgage, goes up. So when I looked this morning, and this was actually yesterday's number, the national average for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage was 6.62%. So we are well beyond highs of 2008. Maybe not well beyond, but we're reaching a point that we haven't seen since 2008. And next month, when the Fed meets again, there's every reason to believe that they're going to raise rates another 75 basis points. So, does that mean that we're going to see 7% mortgage interest rates before long? Yeah, there's a good chance of that. And I think we'll probably see 6.75% rates here before long. I mean, we're at 6.62% right now. So that is certainly within sight. So what does that mean? Does that mean as a buyer that you should just sit back and wait and now's a terrible time to buy and oh my gosh, everything's bad? No, I don't really see it that way. It has changed the calculus, there's no question about it, but as mortgage rates come up, housing prices tend to come down a little bit, especially in the segment of the market that is very sensitive to buyer financing. So that's going to be below the median sale price, which in Deschutes County last week, the median sale price was $725,000. So if you're looking at a house that's, $450,000, $550,000, $650,000, you're probably going to see those prices soften up a bit. The homes that sold last week, here I am going back on my word, I said I wasn't going to quote a bunch of numbers, but the homes that sold last week had 20 days on the market, before they went under contract. The active inventory in our market right now has a median of 62 days on the market. So not every home is selling quickly. Desirable homes that are priced correctly, that are catching buyers' attention, are definitely going under contract quickly. But a lot of the market has been sort of sitting there stagnating a bit. So you can rest assured that if you're looking at a home that's been on the market for 60 or 80 or 90 or 120 days, that there's a very strong chance that that seller would accept an offer below their asking price. How much below, that just is very property specific. So you'd have to run the numbers on that and kind of come up with something that makes sense. But that's a possibility. So in terms of the rising rate market and all the rest of it, change is constant. There's just no way around it. And anytime that things change drastically in housing, it creates opportunities. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't create opportunities for every single person. If you don't have enough of a down payment and mortgage rates are going up, your affordability is going down. It's getting harder for you to qualify and to make it work. But now is the time to really keep an eye on what's going on in the market. one of the reports on my website that is really helpful would be the market trend reports. They're linked in the top navigation bar of the website, or enjoybendlife.com/market-trends. Probably easiest to just go to the home page and click market trends up in the top part of the page. That's going to break down the active inventory. So you're not looking at pending or sold, it's just the active homes for sale. You can also break it down by condos, which is a much smaller segment of the market here in Deschutes County. But those reports, if you sign up for them, will be emailed to you every Monday morning, or you can just go back to my website and take a look there. But that's going to really show you where the market is right now. So keeping an eye on that is important. And looking at what's going on in the active market, I think that you'll be surprised, no matter what your price point, that if you really stay on top of what's going on, that you're going to see some properties come up that really look like an opportunity. So if you're not in a position where buying in the next 2 or 3 months is important to you, I think that waiting is a fine strategy. The only problem that I see with that is the way that inventory is tracking right now. There's a really good reason to believe that this spring we're going to see reduced inventory. Back in April of 2022, there were only 335 homes for sale in all of Deschutes County. That's Sisters, Terrebonne, Redmond, Bend, Lapine, and surrounding areas. So when you look at that and split that amongst all price points and all those communities, that's not very much inventory. So it makes it really difficult to find something that's going to work for you. And then in terms of pricing, when there's nothing available, it's going to be hard to really, wheel and deal. Where right now we've got 920 or so single family homes for sale. So 3 times the inventory that we had just in April. So now's a great time to be out there looking. According to the National Association of Realtors, take this for what it is. This particular week, or this time frame, these couple of weeks, is, according to NAR, the very best time of the year to buy a home. Oh my gosh, this week is it. I think that's silly, to try to pin down this is the best week to buy. Everybody's situation is so different and unique. If that's what works for you, great. If you buy a home during this week, maybe you can brag to your friends that you bought it the best possible week of the year to buy a home. But in reality, I think that that's a silly thing to keep an eye on. But that's about all I had for today. I just wanted to let people know that might be discouraged by what they're seeing with interest rates, that, again, as interest rates go up, housing prices come down, generally speaking, and there could be more of that to come. So it all sort of balances out. It doesn't mean that you're priced out of the market and it's going to take forever for you to ever buy a home in Deschutes County. You might have to get a little bit creative. I would certainly talk to your lender, maybe talk to a couple of different lenders and run some numbers, find out if buying down the interest rate makes sense for you. That's really dependent on your view of what's going to happen in the future. If you think that, come springtime, that the Federal Reserve is going to start dropping rates again, then you're probably going to be able to refinance, and a rate buy down might not make sense. If you think that higher rates are here to stay, maybe you're not going to be able to qualify for a refi in a few months, then a rate buy down might make perfect sense depending on your situation. So, as always, I'm available by phone, by text, by email, whatever works for you. Reach out. I'd be happy to run some numbers for you, take a look at what's going on in the market, show you what inventory is available, where the pricing is heading, or even just, if you want to bounce some ideas off me, I'd be happy to, kind of give you my opinion about different options that you might have. So that's it. Go to enjoybendlife.com to check out all the great information that I have available to you, or give me a call, 541-408-6625. Thanks very much, and I hope you have a great weekend.